Yo, you're watching me, M-Quan, here on M-Quan Vlogs. And as you can tell by the title, today I want to talk to you about the whole Logan Paul controversy. Right off the bat, 3 things that you need to be aware of, and they're important for you to understand this video. Number 1, this video is about that video that Logan Paul put out, but I am not using any of the footage. I don't believe using footage is right, because I think to begin with, it was wrong. The second thing is the fact that this video I have demonetized on purpose because I don't believe I should be making money off this video. So you should be seeing no ads on this video. And number 3, this video isn't just a reaction video. It's more of a kind of a discussion video based on, from a content creator's perspective, about the bigger picture of this whole kind of culture of vlogging and clickbaiting and kind of putting shocking and challenging content up on YouTube as a platform. Now I want to talk about content creators, where content creator mindsets are when they decide to put stuff like this up. I also want to talk about you guys and what you guys are doing to kind of help proliferate this kind of content on YouTube. And the third thing is I want to talk about YouTube itself. Logan Paul, if you don't know who I'm talking about, congratulations. Your timeline, your feed hasn't been corrupted with the Logan Paul stuff that's out there on YouTube. For those of you that don't know who I'm talking about, and there's a good chance that you might not, Logan Paul is one of the biggest current YouTubers on the platform. He's a young guy, I believe he's about 22, 23. He's based out of the US. He is one of the old Viners that when they shut down that platform, came over to YouTube, brought a big kind of audience with him, but has also been building up his audience on this platform. Logan Paul was recently in Dubai. Now I didn't meet him, but I do know people that have worked with him while he was here in Dubai. And you know what, nobody said anything particularly negative about him. You know, his personality, he's got a really big personality. He's kind of always on show, always on display. But in terms of him as an individual, I haven't heard anything that's negative about him. Now, you also have to look at the stats. You have to look at what you have in front of you. Here is a guy who's a YouTuber, 15 million subscribers. I mean, close to 1 billion plus views. And this guy is unbelievably committed to YouTube. He uploads daily, he takes time. His views in terms of average views is anywhere from 1 million to about 5 million views a day, which is absolutely incredible. Now look, as a content creator, even as somebody that doesn't like what somebody else is doing, you have to, want to understand and want to kind of respect, not necessarily even appreciate, but just respect what somebody is doing to get him such a large following and get him known on this platform. And I'm one of those people. I do occasionally watch his videos. They're not to my liking because that's not the kind of stuff that I'm into, but I do respect his hard work and effort that he's put in to get him to where he is today. On the 31st of December, he made a video. I think he was touring in Japan, and he went to visit the famous suicide forest, also referred in Japan as the Aokigahara forest. Now, while he was there, he filmed. First of all, he shouldn't really be filming in the forest, but when he did film, he kind of caught a guy who had just hung himself, so he committed suicide. And the reaction, there were 2 things at that point when I saw the video that just were like, OMG, like what the F are you doing? The first thing was he was with his team, with some people, and it was just like, yo, is that dude dead over there? Dude, are you effing with us? That kind of language that he used. And the second thing was, at that point, him and his friends, they started reverting into laughing, kind of making jokes out of the situation. Now, Logan Paul has come out, he's apologized, and he said that he was doing that to kind of cope with the situation. Now, here's the thing. I know a lot of other content creators who, in that situation, wouldn't have shown the body, wouldn't have shown that, they might have cut off. However, I think it was the fact that he filmed what he did, the way that he did it, that was just totally wrong. You don't do that. But here's the thing, why did he do it? And I've had this come up by people on my Twitter feed, on my Instagram feed, guys who are in media, guys who are not necessarily vloggers but are professional journalists, who've said to me, M-Quan, why would a YouTuber do that? Now here's the thing, YouTube, and this is really important for people who are viewers to understand, you have to understand content creators. Content creators, you get 2 types. One, content creators that talk about a given subject or range of subjects. Those people are the people like the tech reviewers, the makeup artists. Those groups of people are doing something and putting out content with a view that they are trying to educate. The second group of people on YouTube now, which is what YouTube as a platform is actually giving them more kind of credibility and more exposure on, are those people, jack of all trades, master of none, vloggers. These are guys that share what they experience on a daily basis or a weekly basis in a vlog system or in a video diary system. Now for those people, some of those subtleties of knowing what you vlog, when you vlog, are out the window, particularly for the younger content creators who are vloggers. I'm 33. I remember when I first started off vlogging, I did it with the mindset that, hey, is this right to vlog? And then I would record. And there have been times when I felt it was right to record, but maybe I was at somebody's wedding and somebody said, hey, I'm Quan, I saw you with a camera, I don't feel comfortable you sharing this, can you not share it? And I'm like, okay, cool, I don't do that. Or I have something in terms of the way that my upbringing is and the way that, I've been used to the internet before the internet was kind of normal, in the sense that you film something knowing that this might not be right, this might not go down well, so you just don't do it. But we have Logan Paul, we have this whole age group now of vloggers, very successful vloggers who are from an age where they have been basically grown up on pranks, basically grown up on kind of challenging content that's put out. For a lot of these guys, I think the mindset from a content creator is, well, put it out there to share this because it's such a crazy thing that I saw, not necessarily good or bad. I want to share it because I share everything else in my life. This is just something else that happened in my life. I think in Logan's case, he probably, assuming based on behavior, based on my own kind of what I've seen as a content creator, that's probably what he did. He put that up thinking, oh, it's not going to be a big deal. I'm just sharing another day in my life. It's going to get really cool views, without thinking about the repercussions of that. Logan has come out, he's apologized, and I'm one of those people that believe that if someone F's up and they apologize, you have to accept their apology. Like, you might not necessarily agree with it or whatever, well, that's fine. But if someone apologizes for doing something wrong, they've apologized. And Logan's done that. He's apologized on Twitter. He's also apologized in a separate video on YouTube. Incidentally, that video got taken down. Now, there's some controversy about who took that video down, whether or not it was Logan himself and his team, or whether or not it was YouTube. It definitely violated YouTube's terms of service. Now, I'm gonna get to YouTube in a moment because YouTube is one of those, I need to talk about them. Now, the second part of this is you guys, you viewers. Like, a lot of people don't understand at the moment that this content, and I keep seeing this come up on my social media, why is this guy popular? Why is this person, why has this guy even got 1 million subscribers, let alone 15 million subscribers? The reason is viewers. The reason is you guys. The reason is that a lot of content that's consumed on YouTube is no longer the content that was consumed 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I mean, we've got big YouTubers, people like Casey Neistat, people like Lily Singh, who've come out and spoken about this, that they don't understand. There's no clear-cut understanding of what YouTube is doing now to promote stuff. That if they talk about certain things or certain topics which you would deem as being responsible and serious, they're not being viewed by the viewers, you guys, because you much rather watch, a content creator, my wife nearly killed me title with a really cool thumbnail, as opposed to, discussing things with my wife. I mean, it just doesn't work that way anymore. And 2017 for me personally has been one of those years where I'm facing this situation because I've been vlogging for a number of years now, and I'm finding that being a family guy, being a guy that doesn't show my kids' faces, I constantly get told, Quan, if you want more views, show more of your kids. Quan, if you want more views, you've got to do more crazy stuff. Now, that's not me. That's not what I'm about. That's not what I want to promote. And if that means that I have to take a cut in terms of my viewership, I'm okay with that, because I don't depend on YouTube to put bread on my table and feed my family. But if I was depending on YouTube entirely, then yes, I would definitely be kind of drawn into doing these things. I'm lucky that I have a wife who is not on social media anywhere near as much as I am, and I'm lucky that I come from a family and also a time on YouTube and on social media when you are really careful about what you posted up, because those are factors that help me rein in how crazy I want to be and how much, how open and how much I want to talk about. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to present some ideas and arguments from a content creator's perspective, but will it be taken seriously by you guys, the viewers? Maybe, maybe not. And this is than what kind of drives this kind of content creation, where it's less about serious topics and less about kind of wholesome topics, and more about what is, sensational and what is clickbait, essentially. And that brings me to the third point. The third point is about YouTube themselves. YouTube, for all that it's good at, is also at the moment promoting this kind of shit. I mean, you have family vloggers who were really popular a year ago, 2 years ago, who are consistently putting out content, who are consistently putting out wholesome content, but you never see it. It's the kind of stuff that YouTube and YouTube's algorithm decides, for whatever reason, isn't gonna be suitable. And this is the other thing now, that as a mature content creator, as a content creator that kind of, it likes to think of himself as grounded, putting out wholesome content, I face all the time when people say to me, hey, Kwan, why don't you do more of this? Because if you want to build up your base, you need to be doing more of this. I don't know how to respond to that. On the one hand, they're right, because if I want to grow my audience, I have to do crazy shit. If I do crazy shit, that comes at a cost. It comes at a cost to me, my family, but it comes at a cost at making me uncomfortable in here, in my heart. But this is what happens when everything around you, when the big guys on YouTube suddenly aren't the tech guys or the guys that are putting out motivational stuff. They're the guys that do shit like this. If I was a young person today and I'm watching more YouTube than I watch TV, which all the stats are showing, this is what you are being exposed to. And YouTube is partly to blame for this. YouTube is partly to blame because, as far as my video and hundreds of other content creators are concerned, we put out videos to do with the iPhone 10 and it gets demonetized. But here's a dude who puts out the most glorious details and makes mockery and a joke out of someone's death, but it doesn't get demonetized. That's a problem with YouTube. And there are all these facets which have come together to cause this issue. It's just unfortunate. I hope YouTube learns from this. I am a big believer in this platform. I'm a big believer in what YouTube, in its essence, does for content creators, but also for the general public, for people that view it. I don't think this in any way, shape or form is gonna make people like Logan Paul and other YouTubers think, oh shoot, we need to be careful about what we post up before we do. I think they'll continue to do it because at the end of the day, the internet world that we have made makes it such that any controversy generally is great publicity. I hope it's kind of made sense to you the way I'm trying to process what's happened. Leave your comment down below and I'll see you in the next video, hopefully a more positive video. Happy New Year, by the way. I'm Kwan. Peace and blessings.